Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about accountability, specifically when it comes to media and YouTubers and all these different type of people influencing our youth. Very important topic, so if you're into that sort of thing, stick with me because here we go. Now there is one specific reason why I decided to cover this topic. Being a decent parent, I decided to go through my daughter's phone, specifically with her YouTube history and her internet history. I, like many parents out there, want to know what's going on with my kid, just in case. Now, before the age of information, before the internet popped up and influenced all of our lives, people my age were usually influenced by musicians or magazines and stuff like that, movies. So it was pretty easy for a parent to monitor what their kid is doing. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work that way nowadays. My 14-year-old daughter's phone is accessible to anything that's online. Should I have some kind of parental control or some way of filtering what my daughter's looking at? And the answer is most definitely yes. But how do we do this exactly? Now, we didn't have much when it came to parental control back in the day. All they had to do was look at a CD to look for the parental advisory label on the bottom of it to determine whether or not that content was good enough for their child to watch. Now, the first person that I recall taking a stance against the FCC was Dee Snider. For you young folks out there, Dee Snider was the lead singer of Twisted Sister, their biggest hit being We're Not Gonna Take It. Now, the first time a parent was scrolling through the channels and all that stuff back in the day when people actually had cable and saw MTV and noticed this drag queen on stage, yelling, "We're not going to take it." The main point of the song being, rebel against your parents, rebel against Christianity and conformity and all that stuff. There was a lot of red flags and a lot of people really angry at Dee Snider. So this whole parental control and, regulations and all that stuff is nothing new. But it's nothing to this scale. This is completely different. With a slight click of their thumb, a child can look at anything, including pornography, including anything at all, snuff films if they want to. If it's online, it's accessible, and there's a chance our kids might be looking at this type of stuff. Now, me and my wife are very lucky. Our daughter, for the most part, doesn't seem to be interested in sexual stuff or anything, sickening or twisted and all that stuff. But there's one thing that does stand out amongst anything else. Our daughter and young teens, specifically her age, seem to be interested in YouTube video content and quizzes. Very, very important. So this is where BuzzFeed comes in. BuzzFeed's target audience seems to be young teens. Some teens seem to be even more interested in BuzzFeed videos and quizzes and all that stuff than they are in their education. So what exactly is BuzzFeed telling our teenagers? What sort of influence is BuzzFeed going to have on our children, and especially 10 years from now when they're grown-ups? Well, there seems to be an agenda, and the agenda seems to be beat into a kid's head over and over again. Many of the quizzes that BuzzFeed has to offer are very controversial. How racist are you? How privileged are you? Should you be feeling white guilt? Am I gay? Am I bisexual? Am I secretly a transsexual? These are questions that teens should not be asking. So as responsible parents, should we be holding BuzzFeed accountable for, damaging the youth of today and the grown-ups of tomorrow? I think the answer is yes. I think we should be writing letters like crazy and boycotting this company. They have their own views and their own sometimes twisted view of the world, and our youth are buying it. So I'm here to say right now that anybody that works for BuzzFeed is a fucking plague on the society. Now, my daughter's a smart girl. We've taught her very well, especially when it comes to questioning our sources, what these companies are selling, and why you shouldn't buy it. But the problem is, most people out there aren't that smart. And not every parent really pays attention to what their kids are doing online. So parents out there that have kids that have phones and tablets and all that stuff, search through their browser history, their YouTube content, because chances are BuzzFeed's probably on that list. And whatever they're selling, your kids are more than likely buying. And don't forget to hold BuzzFeed accountable. I have sent several emails and have gotten zero response so far, but now I'm making a video. Because quite frankly, I've had enough of these fucking people getting involved with my child's education. I've had enough of it. And here's the thing. As long as YouTube and Google keep paying these people to influence our children in a very biased way, no one's going to do anything about it. So the real problem here is Google and YouTube. Because right now, I have about 50 videos on YouTube and none of them are nearly as damaging as some of these BuzzFeed videos. But I can't get monetized. BuzzFeed, every single video they have is monetized. Google and YouTube are paying these people to influence our children. It's enough. I've had enough, no more. So please, as responsible parents, take a stand against these people and realize their target audience. Their target audience is your children. So if you disagree with what they have to say to your children, it's time you step up and do something about it. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Check the link in the description for my Patreon account. Please, if you can donate, that'd be wonderful. Let's keep these videos going and let's do something about this. Activism is all about having the time to protest. Now, if you want to get something out of it rather than just more videos, please consider picking up my Politically Impaired mug. I also have a phone case and a hat that says Make America Sane Again. I think we can all agree on that. Please don't forget to slap that subscribe button. And as usual, feel free to comment, engage in conversation. I love talking to you guys. You guys are wonderful. If you do enjoy Politically Impaired, feel free to offer suggestions for future videos. I'll always take your suggestions into account. So that's it, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in a few days.